The Bronze Bomber isn't done yet with the Gypsy King and is up for a quartet against the two-time World Heavyweight Champion Tyson Fury. So let's talk about it. Starting off with a tetralogy in the making. Boxing has had its fair share of epic trilogies in its vast history. We've seen Pacquiao versus Marquez and Sugar Ray versus Duran. And among those immortal names, we have Fury versus Wilder. The clash of the heavyweights ended with the Gypsy King coming out on top. If we talk about the fights overall, it was astonishing to see Wilder humbled by Fury after honing quite the reputation. He was undefeated and knocked out everyone who dared to share the ring with him, till he met the unprecedented will of Tyson Fury. The first bout was classic and ended in a draw, a decision that was highly opposed by fans who claimed Fury was robbed. Yes, that's right, this was the match where Fury rose from the dead after a match-ending knockdown at the hands of Wilder. In the second fight, we saw a Fury masterclass, who, clearly polished up under Sugar Hill Stewart, handed Wilder his first defeat in the 7th round. The trilogy was set in stone, and this time, Wilder came in with the heat. After knocking down Fury twice, Wilder took the fight to the 11th round, only to be demolished. Looks like the shades of October 2021 still haunt Wilder, because the word on the street is that he is very well eyeing a 4th bout against Tyson Fury. The news comes straight from the Wilder camp, where Malik Scott gave his take on the possible tetralogy. Malik expressed how keen he was for the fight, but also acknowledged how there were still many big matchups to be made. Let's just hope he doesn't blame his ring walk this time. Now, losses aren't easy, and considering how boxers tend to have inflated egos, it's easy to predict them not being a good sport when taking an L. Though, one of the most controversial reasons for losing came from the Bronze Bomber himself. Among the number of excuses he made for losing his second bout against Tyson Fury, where he really lost us, was when he blamed his ring walk outfit. Deontay claimed that the suit was too heavy and that it fatigued his legs from the get-go. Tyson really didn't need to make weight, considering all it took was 40 pounds to tame Wilder. But where it all stops being amusing is when you hear Wilder's coach, Malik Scott himself, validating the theory. Scott told IFL TV that Wilder got carried away with making an impressive ring walk and that he really didn't acknowledge the repercussions that came with the suit. He added that Wilder had the suit on longer than any other attire before a fight. It takes more than just conditioning to prepare for a fight. Scott claimed that the suit only added to the nerves Deontay might have experienced during the bout. To give Wilder some credit, the suit was pretty neat, with a glow-up mask that gave us some serious Terminator vibes. Scott backing up his boy Wilder is just the energy we need from our friends, which has us curious, who is Coach Malik Scott? The Philly-born superstar was an active contender in the heavyweight division himself until he decided to hang up the gloves in 2018. His fighting record stood at a respectable 38-3-1, with his only 3 losses dished out at the hands of Fury's rival, Derek Chisora, Luis Ortiz, and ironically, Deontay Wilder himself. The coach took office after Deontay's 3rd fight against Fury, and even though Wilder had lost the fight, we did see some massive improvements in his game under Scott's tutelage. Though despite the animosity between the bitter rivals, Malik Scott has nothing but praise for the Gypsy King. Speaking to IFL TV, Scott expressed how much he respected the Brit, and that his name was definitely up there among the greats. He added how he was a fan of Tyson's knack for calling his opponents out face to face, which is pretty entertaining, in our opinion. Tyson's callouts are shades of Larry Holmes. Scott expressed how Tyson jumping from fighter to fighter, from Wilder and White to Chisora, only to call out the unified heavyweight title holder Alexander Usyk, won his heart. Tyson even called out Joe Joyce face to face. We can just tell Fury is that guy in a bar fight. This man wants all the smoke. As a matter of fact, he even admitted that Tyson may be the best heavyweight in the world. Honestly, it's pretty refreshing to see a coach acknowledge their client's bitter rival, and to know that Wilder isn't surrounded by yes men is pretty reassuring. A humble Wilder is a dangerous Wilder. For the Bronze Bomber, the only way from here is up. His redemption arc is up and running, with a likely matchup against Andy Ruiz. Deontay Wilder is rumored to face Andy Ruiz sometime in 2023. The bout only makes sense for the two heavyweight champions fighting their way back to the glory they once held. Even though no paperwork has been inked out yet, Coach Malik has expressed how Ruiz wouldn't really pose a big threat to his client. He claims that the Mexican faces issues when going up against a disciplined fighter. Totally not a shot against Anthony Joshua. Malik looks confident and says that Deontay really wouldn't suffer anything against Andy Ruiz. When speaking to Casino en Ligne, he adds that the only hope Ruiz has is if Deontay gives him a chance. The coach expanded upon how he thinks the fight may pan out. He adds that we'll be seeing Andy charging at Wilder, getting too close for his own good. Ultimately, Wilder's height and reach will punish Ruiz immensely. Malik continued to show his sportsmanship by acknowledging Ruiz's prowess as a fighter. It's just that Wilder will get the better of him, coming in with a better game plan. It's almost scary how open Scott is with his game plan. It just means that the Bronze Bomber is as sure as ever that he will lay Ruiz to rest. Though we all know what happened when we underestimated Ruiz in the past, Andy famously stripped British heavyweight Anthony Joshua in a huge upset, with both fighters coming off a win each, with Ruiz winning against Luis Ortiz and Wilder knocking out Helenius in the first round. We're expected to see quite the fight when they eventually clash. But there is another super fight awaiting. Yep, it's Wilder versus Joshua. Now, Malik Scott and Wilder are turning out to be quite the duo, as we saw the Bronze Bomber's menacing comeback into the ring against Robert Helenius. Meanwhile, as one superstar is well on his way back to glory days, another is still seeking a shot at redemption. Anthony Joshua faced a comprehensive defeat against the Ukrainian technician Alexander Usyk, and considering his post-match conference, it's needless to say he didn't take the loss very well, though the Brit is heavily linked to match up against Deontay Wilder next. Malik Scott has even come out to say that if it was up to him, he would be seeing his client fight Joshua next, though he has predicted that Joshua may not be mentally apt to go against Wilder, as AJ is still recovering from losing his unified championship titles to a significantly smaller guy. To go up against a specimen as Deontay Wilder would prove to be a handful, at least for now. Malik calls the potential fight not going more than 3 rounds. And that, folks, was all the speculation on Deontay Wilder's redemption arc and Coach Malik Scott's hot takes. See you in the next one.